Welcome to another video by your friend Matthew. So in this video I would like to discuss my philosophy or vision of consecration. So, the word consecration is a religious term, and as with other religious terms, I'm drawn to them for some reason, and I like to kind of make them my own, or reflect on the more transversal or applicable way to navigate that term in a way that stretches beyond religion, right? So consecration means the act of making sacred. The act of making sacred. And as a way to kind of introduce my vision of this, I want to first talk about Alfred North Whitehead, who was a great philosopher of the early 20th century. He's usually seen as one of the founders, if not the founder, of process philosophy, and a lot of other figures after him kind of carried his ideas into process theology. And he has many unusual concepts or phrasings or terminology. And one of those is concrescence. The idea, as far as I understand it, of concrescence is that every unique being, including you, including me, including each one of these trees, including each one of the leaves I see, any animal, any plant, any event, any manifested activity is an example of concrescence. And I'll use myself as an example, but you can apply this to any given thing, because any given thing has its own version of what I'm about to say. So for me, I concress. I am concressed out of the entirety of the past, and more specifically, I concress out of the entirety of, say, my biological lineage. Every human being and every biological entity before that in my direct lineage, that cuts a line all the way to me as this novel subject, Matthew Sherling. I am made possible by that lineage, of course, right? And we can think about that in terms of an actual, biological lineage, or just all of the specific happenings or processes or activities or events that led to my existence, for my existence to be possible. So that's one way to think about concrescence. And so Whitehead has this very interesting and famous line that relates to concrescence, and he wrote that the many become one and are increased by one. And so, the many and the one is a long-standing philosophical debate, issue, question, and I'm not going to go into it right now. But the many become one and are increased by one. So using me as an example again, even if we just, taking my biological lineage. So all of the people, for example, that are in my lineage that allow me to exist, those are the many, and they become one in me, as me, all of that concresses into me. And the many are increased by one because I am now this unique novel being, this novel subject that has never existed before and is made possible by the many, but I am also unique, and so I have been added to the many. I am one more being that has been added to the many, and the many in that case that's not just from the past, that's also from the present, right? The many can be all of the multitude of factors and beings and things that allow me to exist right now, that I'm interdependently entangled with, that I can't exist without. That is the many that become one in me and are increased by one because I am this novel subject. So this process of concrescence happens naturally, and that's a beautiful thing. But as human beings with the ability to have meta-consciousness and reflection, right? Not to say that other beings don't have those capacities, but as a human being, I feel more confident to speak about my own condition as a human than about the condition of other beings. So let's bracket that. But, for human beings, our processes of concrescence are not, they're often just kind of automatic and blind in a way, but we can bring heightened attention, intention, and care to all of the processes of concrescence in our lives. And that's where this idea of consecration comes in. So the kind of simple and clear way that I have been describing the sacred and consecration is that it facilitates heightened attention, intention, and care, right? To make something sacred is to bring heightened attention, intention, and care to it. When somebody kind of cultivates a certain activity or a piece of art or a conversation or a meal or, a poem or an outfit or anything, when they bring heightened attention, intention, and care to that, they are consecrating that process. And then when something has been consecrated like that, then it's more likely that people who kind of engage with it or participate in that also experience heightened attention, intention, and care, almost in a contagious way, right? And so my idea of consecration for the human being is basically making the processes of concrescence, all of the things that concress any single event, any single moment, anything that we are engaged with, or anything that we're bringing into existence, right? Anything that we're bringing into existence can be consecrated when we bring heightened attention, intention, and care to it, right? So that's the basic notion, and all the videos that I will be making these days will be related to this idea in one way or another. My next video will be about my philosophy of meaning, and it's intimately related to this idea of consecration. So I hope that makes sense. I hope that resonates in one way or another. I would love to hear any of your thoughts, feelings, reflections, challenges, pushbacks, celebrations. So feel free to leave a comment. And until next time, peace.